Welcome to this episode of the podcast, The Centerville Business Beat, produced by Tri-Level Productions. The Centerville Business Beat is a fun and interesting conversation with area businesses about the challenges and successes of serving the Centerville, Ohio community. Here's your host and producer, Terry O'Brien.
Hey, all right, folks. This is another thrilling and exciting episode of the Centerville Business Beat, sponsored by the Heart of Centerville. I am Terry O'Brien, your producer. Today, we have Jay from Liftoff Entertainment.
How's it going, Terry?
Jay, it's going great. We were spending some time earlier today talking a little bit about your background and things like that. So let's cut right to the chase. Tell me, what is Liftoff Entertainment?
So Liftoff Entertainment is a event entertainment company located in Dayton, Ohio, serving Southwest Ohio.
Okay, what the heck does that mean? What do you do?
So DJs, photo booths. We have a brand that does some bubbles for kids, so a kids brand. We have inflatable movie screens. So kind of a whole gamut of event entertainment items.
So if I'm having a wedding, I'm calling Jay.
Yep.
If I'm having a party at my corporation, I'm calling Jay.
Yep.
If I'm having a birthday party,
you name it,
I'm calling Jay.
Yep.
And where do you find your clients today? If you said, okay, how do your clients find you? What's the main way?
Truthfully, it's a lot of word of mouth. It's a lot of networking. It's, hey, you saw our photo booth. Our photo booths are all branded, clean, not in your face.
Right.
But, hey, that's Liftoff Entertainment.
Okay, so you didn't start out your life trying to be a DJ, correct?
No.
You started out as a marketing guy, kind of like I started out,
sure.
Right?
Yep.
And you kind of found yourself saying, hey, why don't I start a company based upon you have a master's degree? You finished your master's?
I do have a master's degree from UD.
In marketing?
Undergrad in marketing, and then just a general MBA from UD.
Okay.
Traveled the country for 3 years, came back to the University of Dayton to do an MBA program, and my first class was a business plan writing class. And
it dawned on you, I want to be a DJ.
Yeah. And had some other experiences with some mascotting and stuff like that. So always out in front of the crowd, and said, let's try this DJ thing.
All right. So for those folks listening and for those folks watching, before we go too much further, how do they reach out to you and find Jay at Liftoff Entertainment?
LiftoffEntertainment.com, or our kids brand is BubbleFunEvents.com.
Bubble Fun Events. You got to like that name.
Right?
Right. Yeah.
It's pretty self-explanatory.
So we're going to go down a list of things you do and maybe the range of what things cost. So if somebody's listening out there and they, hey, my daughter's getting married next year, I need a DJ.
Sure.
Or I'm having this event, I need something to happen here. We'll talk about the range of prices so people can gear up for that. But 14 years ago, you started this, right?
Yeah, 2010 was when I went back for that MBA. Gave myself 2 years doing the MBA part-time to see if I could run a business part-time.
And what was the first year like?
The first year was tough, so definitely had some part-time jobs to make ends meet.
Right.
But definitely used my network within Dayton. The first photo booth event we had was the Downtown Dayton Partnership Urban Nights, and I was like, hey, you guys want to try this out? Let's figure something out, cover my costs. I don't need to make any money on it.
Right.
But cover my costs, and let's see what happens. And we did 400 events last year.
See, that's huge. You got to realize there's only 365 days.
Yeah.
So you have something going on practically every day, or maybe multiple things on a weekend, because most things happen on weekends.
5 events last weekend.
5 events last. So you got people going everywhere. Mm-hmm. Different kind of events, weddings.
Yep.
You were at the party in the park.
We were at the party in the park
bubble
with
thing.
the bubbles.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you have that. So tracking all this and hiring people, it has to be a bit of a challenge.
It is, but once again, it's using the networks, and with the Bubble Fun events, it kind of opens up another avenue of, some outgoing high school staff, high school age staff.
Yeah.
Right. I'm not sending a high school age person to a bar for a music bingo night.
Right.
Right. But Centerville camp counselor who enjoys kids, bubbles are perfect for them.
Yeah. I don't think people realize it, but in the world of what Jay does, the equipment can be very expensive.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
You have a bunch of you have to have music.
Yep.
B, you have to have the speakers and the tables, the turntables, and the lights.
And it's all high quality stuff,
And
right?
so, yeah, right. You're not using stuff from the PV stuff from 1984.
Right.
You have new stuff.
Correct.
Which gives you great sound and takes up a very small footprint.
Sure. Yeah.
At some places, footprint, how much space you need is important.
Especially nowadays at weddings when guests or clients are trying to pack as many people into a smaller room, being able to offer our service, and it's simple things like taller speaker stands. Get the sound over the top of people versus putting a speaker right in front of grandma's ear.
Right. Yeah, I play in a band, so you always have those grandmas who don't like it. And by the way, I'm a grandpa. And I'm starting to where I don't like loud music either. So I'd be the one sitting in the corner. All right, so let's go down the list. You do DJs for weddings. Mm-hmm. You do photo booth for weddings and corporate events.
Yep.
You do DJs for corporate events.
Yep. Lots of holiday parties, lots of grand openings, lots of customer engagement events, you name it.
So before we jump into the next one, if somebody's trying to hire a DJ, what do they need to know? What are some of the questions that are smart questions people ask you?
Obviously, it's event, specific, so dates, times, that kind of a thing. But what are you looking for us to do, right? Are we an MC, making announcements, promoting certain businesses, promoting sponsors, stuff like that? And that all comes with our service, right?
Is there a different price? So if I say, I want you to be an MC, that's so
we are an all-encompassing company. We want to be partners with our clients and vendors.
All right, so what are you looking for from the DJ to do for me at my event, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
And the hours and how long do you take to set up and how long do you take to tear down?
Well, and with equipment and stuff like that, it just depends, right? Are we bringing up, a giant sound system for a homecoming dance,
right?
Or are we doing a staff picnic? We just did a Chaminade Julienne staff picnic Sunday. It was 2 to 5. We arrived at 1 and we were up by 1:30.
Wow, I call those CJ picnics, by the way.
Right, CJ picnics. There you go.
So somebody reaches out to you and they say, Jay, you sound like the perfect guy. And again, we talked a little bit about this. What's a range that people might expect to pay for something?
Yes.
If a wedding DJ.
Yeah, a wedding DJ. Wedding DJs, we have years of experience, so we're not going to be the cheapest, but we also don't want to be the most expensive. So our wedding DJs start anywhere around $1,700, $1,800 for 5 hours. If you want me personally, I'm an extra $500.
Really? So if I want Jay, you're going to cost me extra $500. But if I want Ted.
Well, if you want Liftoff Entertainment, here's the price.
Okay.
If you want me, I'm an added expense just for the years of experience.
I need to start charging people just for me. If you want me, I like that concept, Jay. That's a great concept.
Yeah. And
because you're the most seasoned,
correct,
and you're probably the best at doing this.
And so that's our master DJ rate, and
master DJ.
So that's for our DJs that have over 5 years of experience. Okay. So Eric, one of my other DJs, is getting right on that cusp. So we're infilling with new DJs, newer event staff that can come on. We personally train them. They shadow us. Weddings are the hardest thing we do DJ wise.
Yeah, weddings are tough from a band point of view. Mm-hmm. You got to know how to start off slow and soft and build the crowd to a frenzy.
Right, absolutely. And then bring it back down and build it back up again.
Correct. Mm-hmm. It's a skill. You just don't start playing funky music white boy right off the bat.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
So, okay. Let's talk about the other things you guys do. So you do picture booths, which is huge at weddings. I just went to one and I stood in line for the 360. Yeah, you guys do the 360.
We do have a 360. Yep,
and you have all the costumes and the hats. And
we have a little prop trunk. Our goal with the photo booths is to have an experience and get back out to the dance floor or mingling with friends. We're not bringing a Foy's Halloween store to a wedding, right? There's not enough space for that, right? But we'll bring the fun hats and glasses. You pick an item, get in, get a print, or text it to yourself and go from there.
So what does a photo booth run? Just give me a range.
Photo booths run anywhere from $175 an hour to $200, $225 an hour.
That includes the prints and everything?
Prints are extra now.
Okay.
Because most of our photo booths have the text ability where people just, get a digital version right to their phone.
Yeah.
Which is great. But if you want prints, there's some added fee just for the papers and the printers and stuff like that.
Here's my question for you. It's a Heart of Centerville question because it's about marketing. Because you have those phone numbers now, are you able to use those to market or is that something you don't do?
We do not do any hard sales that way. We rely a lot on our brand and the experience that a guest has, saying, hey, that photo booth was clean. Yeah. It looked good. It wasn't, it didn't take up a ton of space. The attendant was awesome.
Right.
They were outgoing. They were helpful. They weren't pushy. But overall, I had a great experience. I remember that, Liftoff Entertainment, or they go ask the client, hey, who was that photo booth guy?
Word of mouth. Mm-hmm. And do you do any outside marketing?
We do some Facebook ads and social ads that way, but not a ton of stuff.
Now, is there a season? Like, okay, I'm going to have the season spring, and wintertime is dead kind of thing?
Yeah, so winter is tough for us. Actually allows us to kind of reset a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Take a breather, because December nowadays with corporate holiday parties has gotten back to a pretty intense couple of weekends for us.
That's good for you. Yeah. Same with bands, right?
Yep.
What a band will charge you on New Year's Eve is 2 to 3 times the amount they would charge you on any other day.
Yeah.
So if you want a band on New Year's Eve, just expect to pay.
Yeah, and that's the same thing with holidays, right? I'm going to work on a holiday, or I'm sending a staff member to go work on a holiday, so I'm going to compensate them for that.
Correct. Yeah, that's people don't really realize that. So you do DJing? Mm-hmm. And how many DJs you have? You have 3?
We have 3 DJs right now, always kind of growing, looking for the next person.
And then you have your photo booth.
We have photo booths.
Now, does 360 cost more than...
Yes.
Yeah, because it's cool.
Mm-hmm. Yep. The 360 is cool. We have selfie mirrors that are a giant kind of mirror that we say it's got a little more pop to it, so it shows different animations like in between the photos.
Right, yeah.
It'll crack a screen, like fake crack a screen, and people think they broke it. So that's kind of a fun little joke we can kind of play on guests. The seasoned event goers think they broke the photo booth, but it's literally just a joke.
All right, so photo booth DJ, you're doing bubbles. You have a whole thing for kid entertainment.
Yeah, so kid entertainment's kind of our new brand. So Liftoff Entertainment has started to grow to be a kind of a house of brands.
House of brands.
Right.
And so what's the bubble thing called?
It's called Bubble Fun Events.
Bubble Fun Events. And that's where you kind of can find high scores, maybe seniors and juniors.
For our staffing for that, we're looking for outgoing, younger staff that can interact and enjoys interacting with kids. Some of my DJs probably aren't fit for the bubbles, right?
Yeah, I'd say don't make me do bubbles,
right? But we're kind of growing that and seeing what we can do with that. We're making our own bubble solution. We just did a big event for downtown Dayton, Art in the City. We made 50 gallons of bubble solution.
Okay, I have to ask because I am a grandfather with 2 grandkids running around upstairs. Mm-hmm. You might hear. How do you make bubble solution?
It's top secret.
Oh, damn it! Is it just Dawn liquid and soap and water?
There are some other additives to make the bigger bubbles.
I want to know. Will you tell me when this thing's done?
Yes, okay. I can tell you when this is done. You could probably also Google it and find
I
it.
Could.
Right? But being able to provide a client with an awesome experience that they don't have to worry about.
Correct.
Right? So birthday party, the bubbles, we have a foam cannon that just sprays like almost kind of a pool of foam, 20 by 20.
And what, you shoot that on the grass? You
shoot it on grass or concrete or whatever. So that's new for us.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
Now, I know you. I saw you Friday night talking to Ashley, right? So she's in that same area of entertainment for the kids with this Disney Princess thing, right?
Yeah. So networking, Heart of Centerville has been great for that.
Oh, we're going to get to that. Don't go there yet.
Okay.
Say Bubbles, Bubble Fun, DJ, photo booth. What have I missed?
You've missed our bar games. So DJ and karaoke, or I'm sorry, music bingo and karaoke. So imagine bingo, but with music. So 20, 30-second clips of music, and on your bingo card is the song and artist. So when you hear that, you then, instead of calling B32, you hear the B52s with Love Shack.
That's great.
And you cross it off that way.
That's a great idea.
So
I've never heard that. So you do karaoke. Mm-hmm. So you have set nights at certain bars where Liftoff Entertainment's going to be there, and it's every week. 8 o'clock or whatever it is, right?
Yep. So Wings in Beaver Creek, Tuesday nights, 7 to 9. And then our karaoke currently is at Hollywood Gaming up off of Needmore. We do Saturday nights outside on their patio. So a little unique. Get outside, enjoy the weather, sing some karaoke.
And what is it? If I wanted to have a karaoke party, give me a range. I don't want to nail you down, but what's a range for that?
Karaoke is probably around that $225 an hour mark. Okay. Just for we got to bring more equipment, different software.
Sure,
stuff like that.
Got it. All right, so we've talked about bar games. What have I left off?
Some of our inflatable screens.
That's right. You were telling me how exciting. You actually do stuff for the city of Centerville, the Parks District, where you'll bring the inflatable screen. They'll show Encanto or whatever.
We're showing Ratatouille here coming up.
Yeah.
We've got a 20-foot inflatable screen and a 30-foot wide inflatable screen.
You ever blow that up and just, by the way, put it in your backyard for fun?
The 30-foot is probably a little big for our backyard. I have had to air out and dry out the 20-foot inflatable screen in our front yard in Centerville, and people are driving up like, what's going on here?
So I'm going to poke at that a little bit, because the projectors that you have to be able to get an image to appear on that screen at dusk, they got to be really high-end projectors.
That's one of the teaching things that we do a lot of with the inflatable movie screens is, even with some of the best projectors and stuff, you really can't start anything until 15 minutes after sunset. It's kind of our rule of thumb that way.
And then you also have to have the PA system to give you the sound to get to the part.
Hence, we're a DJ company. Hence, we have all that.
And that's why it's not a cheap gig that you're doing. Right?
So our 20-foot screen runs about $1,000 a night.
Oh, okay. Well, if you're having that's not bad.
No.
You could, if like a corporation could do that kind of thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. We're getting into football season.
Yeah.
And so we've already researched some of those night games for footballs. So a little Bengals game Monday, Thursday, Sunday night.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And with the way, obviously, sunset is, spring and fall are kind of our great times for movie nights.
Right.
Or showing anything on an inflatable screen. And so here you go with football games.
Wow.
Or we have big old TVs, too.
You mean like flat screens?
70-inch. We're looking at an 86-inch TV that we can mount like on a truss.
Oh yeah, it's a great. The clarity on those is so much better.
Yeah,
I ordered it. It's not here yet, but you might have seen them. They are these things that spin and create 3D graphics.
Yeah.
Right. When they come in, I'm going to do some testing, because I think that's an interesting way to promote
businesses.
Yeah. I'm just doing it more for fun than anything else. But it's these propellers that spin, and when you project a graphic to it, it looks like it's 3D spinning in front of you, and you feel like you could almost reach out and grab it.
Yeah, Facebook got you. Instagram
Facebook got me. Now, they haven't arrived yet. It may have been suckered in, and I'll never see them. I'll let you know on that.
All right. Let me know.
But I understand, before we jump into the Heart of Centerville, there's one more thing coming that you're looking to do.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to talk about that?
Not yet.
Oh, Jake. You teased me with it.
when the mic's off, I'll
know
let
you told
know.
me. You told me what it was. I love it. It's a great idea.
Yeah, so we're working on another party event brand. I'll give you the name, and you can kind of decipher it from there. The brand is called Party Putters.
Party Putters. Oh, what would that be? I guess I'll have to think about that.
You think about it, and we'll see. Don't worry, we already own the domain, so
all right, I was
don't try
steal
to
the
go
domain.
get that domain from me.
All right, so let's talk about the Heart of Centerville, because that's who's paying for this podcast. You joined in February.
Yeah.
And you started kind of coming in and helping us with events, because I would reach out to you and say, can you be the DJ for this or do that? And you're always easy to work with, from my experience.
That's the goal.
Yeah. And you're not like, well, it's going to cost this and that. You just say, yeah, we'll do it, right? You make it really easy for me to say, yeah, let's do this. What have you gained from being a Heart of Centerville, Washington Township member?
A community, right? So we moved to Centerville in 2021.
Yep.
And then love it. Saw Heart of Centerville, saw all the posts. We went to Stubbs Park for Fall Fest last year. We were actually involved with Fall Fest last year, doing some DJs and photo booths at Stubbs. And then realized, hey, this is probably a good thing to get involved with, and meet some awesome businesses, some business owners, some like-minded, like-thinking people that love just to share, connect, and grow.
And that's a good thing about the Heart of Centerville. You'll meet people that you can talk to about issues, but you'll learn a lot. You'll learn tons of things that Jay's doing that, boy, I didn't think I should do that or could do that. And you'll apply that to your own business. So that's why it's great to be a Heart of Centerville member.
Absolutely.
Heart of Centerville, Washington Township. Sorry, Washington Township. What else has been a benefit about Heart of Centerville?
Being able to take my daughter out to fun events and let her run around and get some energy out.
You don't have to be a member to be.
That's true. You don't.
But we have, through the Heart of Centerville, in the partnership with Centerville city government, we've done some really great events.
Yes. Yeah.
And that are geared toward family.
Yeah. And that's been a blast. The Friday morning coffees.
Which is too early for me. That's why I never show up.
Well, but that gets me out of bed and moving.
I don't want to get out of bed.
Well, Terry, Friday mornings actually are great for me because I got a get ready for events and all that stuff anyways.
All right, that forces you.
So I'm up moving, get some coffee in the system and get going.
All right, so Jay, why don't we do this? Why don't we leave them again with how they reach out to you?
Sure.
Is there a phone number or anything like that?
Email is probably the easiest just because we're in and out of the office all the time.
Okay. And do you have a website?
Yep.
Give it to them.
Liftoffentertainment.com. It's a long one. Liftoffentertainment.com, all one word.
Yep.
And then for the bubbles is bubblefunevents.com.
Okay. And they just let me ask this. If somebody needs you, how far in advance do they need to book you?
Depends on the event. Weddings, we're probably a year out.
Really?
Just from there, a lot of fall weddings are booking right now for 2025. Wow. Corporate events, I mean, we're gearing up for holiday parties right now. So it's August 13th.
Yeah.
We'll start getting phone calls here in the next couple weeks, and we'll book up. We only have so many DJs and photo booths.
Right.
So call us if you're looking for some holiday party fun.
Call Jay if you're looking for
Email us.
Or just show up at his house.
Just drive around Centerville looking for the Liftoff Entertainment trailer.
Jay, I want to thank you for joining us here on the Centerville Business Beat, sponsored, let me say that again, Centerville Business Beat, sponsored by the Heart of Centerville, Washington Township. You've been fantastic. This is a video version of this podcast, which is going to be available on the Heart of Centerville website and also on YouTube. Thanks all for joining us. And Jay, thanks for being here.
Thanks, Terry.
All right. See you all later.
Thank you for listening to the Centerville Business Beat. For information about having your business showcased on an upcoming episode, please email Tri-Level Productions at terryobrien@trilevelrecords.com.